Hello, my friends. Welcome back to this is, believe it or not, episode 36 of the Back to Me podcast. This is the weekly tidbit. And this week, don't be Hamlet. I mean it. Don't be Hamlet. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, have a listen. I'll see you soon. Hi, my friends. Welcome. This is the Back to Me podcast, and this is Heather, and I am super excited that you're here. You are going to hear some tips and some tricks and some ideas to help you live your happiest and healthiest self. I call it Back to Me because when you are taking care of yourself, back to me, then you can take better care of others, and we can all make the world a better place. This is Wellness Your Way, and I am super happy that you're here. Out there. Hello out there. I always wanted to do that. So, hello, my friends. I hope that, as usual, I hope you're having an amazing week, amazing day, amazing hour, amazing moment. This is Heather. This is my Back to Me podcast. And this is the weekly tidbit, the weekly short form of the podcast, a quick thought or something that I was thinking about and something I wanted to share with you. And this one came up for me last week, and it's a bit tongue in cheek, but it's a bit serious at the same time. So I don't know if you enjoyed. Do you remember high school? Maybe you're still in high school, and we had to do Shakespeare. At least I had to do Shakespeare, and I had a secret love of Shakespeare, even though a lot of people didn't. And Hamlet. This is something that this is not what the topic of the podcast is about, but something I found interesting in high school was they always gave you the tragedies to read, or my high school teachers always gave us the tragedies. And when I got older, I wondered if we had to read all the tragedies to try and prepare us for something in life, or I don't know what it was, but we always had to read the tragedies. And we, of course, read Hamlet because one of the big old tragedies of Shakespeare. And just recently, I was a big Mel Gibson fangirl way back in the day. And I don't know if you would remember, but he did Hamlet a long time ago. And I found it in my videos. So I just popped it in when we were watching it. And when I was watching it, you realize, oh my gosh, Hamlet, like, come on, stop whatever, like, stop all of the soliloquies and torture and just do something, right? Just do something. So I was watching, I actually don't watch that much television, but it's going to sound like I did. So I was watching something else that referenced Hamlet. And the woman in the program said, she said that she described Hamlet as he worries too much. He complains about everything. He takes too long to make up his mind. And when he finally does it, it all ends bad anyway. And then he says, then she said, such is life. Now, I mean, she was being a bit sarcastic, but it's true. If you watch, he was unhappy. He was grieving. He had some things that he was trying to deal with, but he had people who were trying to love and support him, and instead he acted like he was insane and pushed everybody away from him. He had a task that he took on, a task that he felt obligated. Maybe he felt obligated to do, and he didn't actually want to do it, and that's why he was dragging his feet. Maybe it would have been best for him to decide, is this something that is this a goal that I really want to take on? And is that why I'm procrastinating, not getting it done? But when he did make the decision to do it, it took him the whole movie, the whole play to get around to it. And it just didn't end well, which thus is a tragedy. So when I was thinking about it, how can you avoid the tragic mistakes of Hamlet? So, one, recognize if you need help. Don't push people away from you when you are in something that seems overwhelming. This isn't everyone. Some people just close in and they just say, I'm just going to figure it out. And they just go totally solo. Some people ignore that there is a problem at all. And they're just hoping it'll go away. Hamlet decided to make everyone around him think that he was crazy. If you haven't seen Hamlet, it is a classic for a reason. But and people didn't want to spend time with him, and they couldn't understand what was going on for him. He wasn't communicating even what was going on for him. Now, maybe he felt like he couldn't tell people that he saw the ghost of his dead father, and his dead father accused his uncle of killing him to steal his wife and his crown. But that's Hamlet in a nutshell. It's an extreme example, I know, but it's true. He blocked everyone out except his one friend, Laertes, who happened to be the only person who was really alive at the end of it all, and was trying to support him and help him, but wasn't really in the best position to help him. Second thing, so ask for help. Ask for help. Second thing, make a decision. How much information do you really need? You're never going to have all the information. You're never going to have all the facts. There's never going to be the perfect time. So there's a key scene in Hamlet where he comes upon his uncle, who did happen to kill his father and marry his mother. He comes upon him, and it was the perfect time for him to do what he was supposed to do. A bit violent. He was supposed to, do away with his uncle. But his uncle, arguably wasn't that great. But because his uncle was in prayer asking for forgiveness, Hamlet's like, oh, it's the wrong time. I don't want him to, get dispatched while he's praying, because then he won't go to hell, or whatever version of wherever they thought that people went if they didn't absolve themselves. So there's never the perfect time. He was just procrastinating. He was delaying. He was delaying doing what he was supposed to do, because I don't think he really wanted to do it, really, at the end of the day. I think he was just a little soft-hearted fellow, and he didn't want the responsibility of having to take on revenge on behalf of his father. Now, at the same time, take action, but don't act rashly. That's the third thing. So when you feel, it's almost like that stress of the deadline's coming, and then you're just like, you go crazy into the deadline, and you can't take that step back and pause and think. You just like the stress, getting things done last minute and just pumping out because you're out of time. Just put it out there. So it's probably not your best work, right? It wasn't Hamlet's best work, really, if you think about the tragedy of it all. And at one point when he was talking to his mother, he acted rashly. He's like, aha, he's here. And he stabbed someone behind the tapestry, and it happened to be the wrong person. So he thought, enough thinking, I'm going to act, but he didn't act thinking about what he was doing. He just acted rashly, and it turned out poorly because he killed the wrong person, which caused the whole unfolding tragedy at the end. So yes, I know this is it's an extreme example, but I mean, all of the stories in Shakespeare are so classic because they speak so well to the human condition, even today, hundreds of years later. So don't be Hamlet. Don't be Hamlet. Ask for help. Reach out, have a conversation with someone, more than one person. Bring in the people that you trust. Surround yourself with people that you trust who will uplift you. On a side note, don't drive your girlfriend crazy so that she kills herself. That's a whole other tragedy within Hamlet. Number 2, make a decision. If you decide to take on a task and it's the right task, then do the work that you've committed. Honor the work that you've committed to yourself. Quite often we will go out of our way to honor our commitments to others, but do we honor the commitments we make to ourselves? We tend to let those ones slide with a lot of excuses. So do your best to recognize if you've taken on a task, a goal, something you want to get done, honor your commitment to yourself to do it. If it's the wrong thing, it's okay to say it's the wrong thing. If Hamlet had said, no, I'm not the guy for this job, can we get somebody else to do it? None of that would have happened. We wouldn't have had a movie, etc. But if you've decided that this is the right thing, take on that task, make the decision to do it. Don't procrastinate. Sometimes I call it procrastinating for some of my clients, because it's like, my website's not ready, my logo's not ready, I haven't decided my branding colors, I haven't decided a whole list of things. That's procrastinating. Just go out there and do. Go out there and do. You have to act. You have to act. And yes, act, but don't act rashly. Don't leave it to the last minute, and then you suddenly have to just throw together whatever to get it done, and you feel disappointed in yourself at the end of the day because it wasn't your best work, because it wasn't your best. It probably wasn't what you wanted to put into the world. It's probably a quick and dirty version of what you wanted to put into the world. And if you're going to be disappointed with it, that's going to come through. The energy of that's going to come through. So give yourself the time you need. Make your decision, ask for help, and give yourself the time you need. But there's a balance, but don't procrastinate. I know it's a hard balance. It's a hard balance. Recognizing when you're just dragging your feet and when you are not quite ready. But at some point, you're going to feel there's that perfect point, and launch it into the world and just go out and help people. So imagine if Hamlet had said, Mom, guess what? Your new husband killed my dad. It might have come out entirely different. Everybody might not have died at the end. So yeah, I know it's in a bit of a stretch example, a bit of a crazy example, but I think it helps demonstrate the extreme of things that could go wrong if you don't ask for help, commit to yourself, and take some time to get it right. All right, that's my thought for this week. I hope you have a fabulous week. This Friday, by the way, there is Julie Starr is going to be the celebrity coach on the podcast, and she wrote an awesome book about your husband left, now what? And she helps women get back on their feet. And I should also let you know I'm going to be speaking in a summit in a couple of weeks, and I'll be posting information on my Facebook and all my social medias about that. So stay tuned for that. Have an amazing week, my friends. Take very good care of yourselves. Please continue to take good care of yourselves. There's still illnesses out in the world. And take care. Have a great week. I will see you again soon. Bye-bye. Hi, my friend. Thanks so much for listening to this entire podcast. If you found it useful and you're like me and you like helping others, please feel free to share this. Just give it a like, give it a comment. If you found something useful in it, there's a chance that someone else will find something useful as well. Also, if you have any questions at all, I can absolutely help, and I would love to help. You can email me at heather@prosperityflowcoaching.com. If you want more of this awesome content, you can follow me on Instagram, Heather Stewart Coaching. You can follow me on Facebook, Prosperity Flow Coaching. And I have a personal request. I want to help as many people as I can with these podcasts. And if you could give me a review, hopefully a good one, if you could share, if you could send this out into the world, I would truly appreciate it. I hope you have an amazing day, and I hope that you find your way to wellness by getting back to me. Take care, my friend.